Hi, Doug Masnaghetti. Another guitar lesson, this time Neil Young's Old Man. He released that song in 1972 on the album Harvest, which was really the album that put him on the map, I think. If you've watched any of my other guitar lesson videos, you know that what I'll do first is just play through a cover of the song and then move into the lesson. This particular lesson, I'll cover quickly how you can play this very simply as a beginner, or a little more intermediate level, which is what the cover is that I will do. So at any rate, have a listen, see if it's something you want to learn, or you can just skip straight to the lesson by jumping ahead a couple of minutes.
So much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think too. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Run around the same old town doesn't mean that much to me, or mean that much to you. I've been first and last. Look at how the time goes past, but I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you.
Okay, so you just listened to the cover of Old Man, and I'm going to take you through a simple way of playing it first, not the way you heard in the cover, but just basically strumming the chords, so that if you're a beginner, this is really the way to start to learn how to play the song. Just get comfortable with the chords and switching between them, and don't worry about the rest of the stuff. You can start adding that in later. So I will cover that as soon as I go through the chord progression of the verse, and the chorus, and showing you how that could just be strummed simply if you are a beginner. So the verse I split up into 4 parts. The first part contains the first 2 lines of the verse, and it starts, the chord progression will start with a D and goes to a F, goes to a C, and goes to a G. The second part, which contains lines 3 and 4 of the verse, starts with a D again, goes to an F, just like last time, goes to a C, just like last time, but instead of going to a G, you go back up to an F. And then the third time through, which would be lines 5 and 6, you start with the D again, and you do exactly what you did the first time through. To an F, to a C, to a G. And the fourth time through, you start with the D, and you go directly to a C, come back up to an F, and then back to a G. And that would take you into the chorus. So the chorus starts with a D, goes to an A minor 7, which is your index finger on the first string, first fret of the second string, and your middle finger on the second fret of the 4th string, and then goes to an E minor 7, which is your first and middle finger covering the second frets of the 4th and 5th string, and then your pinky covering the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So the verse, let me just strum through it. D, F, C, G, D, F, C, F, D, F, C, minor 7, D, A minor 7, D minor 7, D, A minor 7, E minor 7. And then I would just, for a beginner, rather than trying to do any fancy thing but in between the chorus and the next verse, just go right back and play the first 2 passes of the verse. Not all 4 passes, just the first 2. And then wrap around to the first pass again, and this time you add vocals. So you would come out of your chorus and go right into the start singing. Lullaby, look in your eye, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. See, it sounds okay with just the simple chords. So now if you want to, if you get your chord progression down, if you are a beginner, you can start spicing it up and start crossing the line to, you know, to becoming like an intermediate player by adding all these hammer-ons that Neil does. And he starts the song up on the 5th fret. He basically, it's a D position of your fingers, except he's pulling his middle finger off of the 1st string and just sliding the whole mess up to the 5th fret. And he does a little hammer on with the index finger onto the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And he does a lot of backstroking with the pick that you can't see here in the video right now. But he also damps with the palm of his hand. See, I don't let that ring. I'm damping that. So that's the way he hits this 4th string a little bit now and then, or I do. Not playing it really exactly the way Neil Young plays it, of course, but so the way I'm playing it, every once in a while I hit that 4th string. So you do that a few times, and then you slide it down, and keep your middle finger off. and you hammer on, go ahead and strum, and then hammer on with your middle finger onto the second fret of the first string, and then while strumming, go ahead and add your fourth finger onto the third fret, take it off again, and then take your middle finger off. So it would sound something like this. So now I'm just using the same chords, of course, for the verse that I showed you, but now just some simple hammer-ons and never leaving the fundamental chord positions really makes it sound a lot nicer. And if you can work that in while you're singing, it sounds pretty good. So on the D, he's just using his index finger, and you can. So I think maybe you can really much, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here. Just do what sounds good. You are going to be working with your index finger, and on the other chords you'll be using the middle finger. In fact, the other chords always, what I'm doing, I'm always using the middle finger. I'm not using any other fingers for the hammer-ons. So maybe I'll just play through what I do really slowly and till we get to the chorus. So I. Up to the 5th fret. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. And there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. And that's about it. Old man, hope you have fun with it.